You listening to Trigger Seattle podcast.
Welcome to another episode of Trigger Seattle podcast. My name's Oleg, I'm your host, and today we're going to cover a lot of interesting topics like money, stock market, what's really happened right before election. And I have a guest speaker today again, and a lot of buzz around named Nancy Pelosi, around all news. Tell us, what's really happening?
Yes, so we have a couple of articles to present to you guys today. We're going to talk about the second stimulus check, or if it's even coming, right? Let's start with the Dow Jones. The Dow Jones just suffered a huge decline, the largest decline in the last 7 months. It went down in one day by 650 points, which is crazy. The why behind it, it's Nancy Pelosi, and really it's Steve, now forgive me if I'm butchering his last name, Steve Mnuchin. Literally, it's laughable almost, because Steve Mnuchin stated 12 days ago that, yeah, we got the stimulus check deal dialed in. All we're doing is we're figuring out the verbiage. We're going to get this figured out. And it's been 12 days. Nothing has been done. Yesterday, quote, House Speaker Nancy Pelosi states that she is optimistic of a bipartisan coronavirus stimulus deal before the election, which is coming up literally around the corner. Now, but the White House spokesperson says that it may take weeks. So, Oleg, we have Nancy Pelosi that says, hey, I'm optimistic. I believe it's going to happen before the election. And then we have the White House spokesman person saying it's going to take weeks. Nancy's saying one thing. And then you have the White.
This is a big news, and stock market reacted to those big news. 2 trillion stimulus package will be postponed, and 1,200 stimulus check people will not receive in the United States. That's going to be affect 50 million people.
So also there's 3 major cliffs that are happening end of this month that's going to affect the U.S. in a tragic way. Really, the first thing is going to be unemployed pay for self-employed income.
That's a big news. Self-employed people going to be stop receiving checks, and that's going to be reflect a lot of small businesses and shops in the United States.
Second thing is the eviction moratorium also ends on the 31st of this month.
This is a huge news. On federal level, going to be expired end of this month, will lead to a lot of evictions on top of high unemployment rate. But in our state's government easily extend the eviction moratorium until December 31st due to the COVID.
Lastly, what's huge is student loan deferrals end of this month as well.
Especially young people, they don't have a jobs, and right now it's also related to COVID. So with the COVID, they try to shut down country again second time. Not much jobs available for those people, and those people have to repay those student loans. And what's happened then?
Literally, they have to make a payment on the student debt, and as you guys probably know, student loans are crazy. I think they're insane because you can't file for bankruptcy and get rid of your student debt. It sticks on you forever. So all of these, and we are trillions of dollars in student loans, all of these millennials, all these people that are going to college and in universities, they all have to make their payments.
But stock market going to be reflected the most, and confidence in stock market is a huge. The interesting report was in New York Times from October 23rd. Robert Shiller, he's a financial guru, he's economist. He's even built his own indexes, and he's show indexes how confident people in a stock market. And did you read this article, Teras?
Yes, I think anyone in finance reads Robert Shiller, and everyone in my industry at least, or should know who he is. So when it comes to the markets, I'm going to read directly from the article exactly what he did. This is a very interesting article. Now, specifically, what he did was he created 3 indexes. Now, these indexes are drawn from a survey, and he surveys of a random sample of high-income individuals, investors, and institutional investors. And pretty much he connected with them on a monthly basis. So he went out and he spoke with high-income individuals, multi-millionaires and billionaires, and people that are institutional investors on a monthly basis. And he asked them a question. He asked them, hey, do you think the stock market is going to crash? Specifically, do you think there's a 10% chance that the market will crash? Yes or no? Now, when you read this article, it's a little bit confusing. I'm going to try to explain this to you guys. It's kind of like dialing in a double negative. So if the number is low, that's not a good thing. If the number is high, that is a very good thing.
So can you explain a little bit about this?
Yes. So specifically this. when it comes to the article, so let's just go off of in September. On September, 24% of the investors that he sat down and spoke with and people that he talked to said that there is a 10% probability of an imminent crash, meaning 10% chance that the market will crash. Now, if you guys hear this, this is very, very bad news. Why? Because 76% of all these people, right, they believe that there's a 10% chance or greater likely that the markets will crash, which is a very, very big news. Now, he also, as you know, he's very conservative. He doesn't say specifically, stop, sell your stocks. It's something, it's going to crash. What he's saying is be conservative, be smart, be a good investor. If you're looking at the markets daily, if you're investing when we're in the red, meaning when we hear news and the markets dips over a long period of time, of course you're going to make money, but you have to be cautious, especially with what's going on, all the uncertainty right now.
This report tells us a lot. Also, don't forget about market. When the index started like in 1900s, it was about 70 points and went all over to 27,000 points this year. And even dropped like for about 600 points right now. It's not a significant drop. It's a big drop actually, yes. But it's still great opportunity for somebody to invest if stock market going down a little bit right now. You can go to charts and see historically what's happened with the market. Right before elections, every 4 years, market drop about 1 point. So, and that's pretty normal before election time. And usually after election, next couple of months rebounds and people settle down, people get more comfortable, and basically economy moving forward again.
But Oleg, we're not living in regular times, are we?
No.
No, it's crazy because yesterday, or really the other day, former FDA Commissioner Dr. Scott Glabley, I believe, last name, states that we might have to lock down again unless we initiate a national-wide mask mandate along with other restrictions, which honestly is probably not going to happen because there's a second spike in COVID right now. We're seeing more people get sick. We're seeing a second spike in COVID. So we will see. Honestly, it's going to be interesting to see whether the market goes up, whether it goes down. I know in March when everything crashed, really the markets were down and then they were coming back up. People were like, I had this feeling, should I invest? Should I not? But of course, everyone that did invest in March, what happened?
Yes, exactly. They made a lot of money, and that's people right. I wish I can invest more money and buy more Microsoft stocks at that time. So it was 132 per share, and right now they're over 200. That's a great investment was the time.
Yes.
But again, what's happening right now is crazy, especially with COVID, because work-related spending is decreased for average Americans people right now. So they doesn't spend much money as it used to be spent before. This Black Friday will be not really great for many stores.
That's
and
right.
People's not going to have a lot of buyers for those items. But again, same time, the Seattle Times wrote article, the Amazon hiring 100,000 people just for holiday season because they're so busy right now with shopping experience online. What's happening in the White House, it doesn't happen in our house. People will still buy new iPhones, just was announced, and people still go to Home Depot, buy a lot of tools and things and remodel properties. The life is still going to continue going on. So which party going to be in White House next month, people have to live.
My only concern is if we do end up shutting down the U.S. economy again and shutting everything down due to the second wave of COVID, which, by the way, the UK, the United Kingdom, already mandated a second shutdown. Israel already mandated a second. So we're seeing a lot of countries already shutting down. If we're going to have to shut down again, I'm afraid that our unemployment is going to go from 22 or 28 million people. We're going to blow past that number. And if we blow much past that number, no one's going to spend money. Everyone's going to be conservative. We're going to see eviction rates skyrocket. That's not good for the U.S. economy. That's not good for business, big or small. And that's not good for America. It's not good for the people.
But again, we have to live forward, right?
Yes, we do. Yes, we do.
What do you think what people should do?
I think my opinion is always staying on the conservative route. If you have debt, meaning access debt. Get rid of it if you can. Pay off your credit cards. If you have $100 to $200 cable bill and you can go without watching cable, remove that. What you need to do is minimize your monthly survival number as low as possible. That way your bills are covered, you have food on the table, you're able to actually pay your mortgage or pay your rent, and whatever that number is, whatever it is for you and your family, multiply that by 3 to 6 months. See what you can do to save for if it does hurt you and your family in the future financially. Save. I say be conservative.
Yeah, but again, like springtime, hopefully sooner than springtime, as soon as the vaccine will be available from COVID and everybody will be, receiving these vaccinations, so I think like stock market gonna go skyrocketing again. People gonna go back to job again, and I heard Google announce a couple days ago, starting June, everybody have to go back to offices. So starting June 2021, that's a big news too as well. So
it is big news. I think a vaccine is gonna change the game financially. I think it's also gonna be interesting to see how the U.S. government is gonna mandate a vaccine. Because I know there's a lot of families that are like, hey, I don't want to shoot something up in my system that I don't know what's in there. So the last thing that we want to is to create more chaos, more uncertainty. I would just say be wary, be cautious, read the fine print and everything.
Yes, I think regardless, Teras, which president going to be elected, that president going to tell everyone, I will bring America to great future. I will bring America off this plank. COVID will be over. We're gonna go get a vaccine. We're gonna be rebuilt again together. Everything was destroyed, and stock market going to be rebound again. So
yes, and my hopes, Oleg, is that whoever wins the election, whoever decides to rebuild the U.S. economy, bring us back, is not gonna bring us back by printing more money.
Yeah,
because that's not gonna work.
That's it. We're gonna be wrap up on that. And thank you so much for watching on YouTube and listening on Spotify. And until next time.